Fire, fire, fire.
Alright, what is this? They are mad!
Progressives are yelling again.
Oh boy. Twitter.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. This will probably come as a shock to none of you, but I have once again upset the progressives, which actually—
That people don't show up to the film. It's sad, really. No, I wouldn't be so— I wouldn't have such schadenfreude if they actually, like, it was successful. I wouldn't.
Believe it or not, hasn't happened for a little while.
What a pick-me-ass video, dude. Genuinely, who is this bitch?
I mean, who the fuck are you? She's probably more popular than you. What the fuck? Says you?
I'm sorry,
you know, it's funny when people say, like, who is this bitch? And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know.
Don't know what you want. But apparently my video from a few days ago where I talked about Millie Alcock, who will be playing Supergirl, ruffled a bunch of feathers, which I'm not going to lie is quite surprising to me, because I don't think that I said anything particularly crazy. I read you guys her direct quotes. I linked those articles in the description box, as I always do, and I played you her clips unedited with the questions in the clips as well. You heard yourselves—
She was really drunk in some of them, in my opinion. She was just being stupid and ditzy and saying what people wanted her to say because she's being, you know, she's trying to be what they want her to be.
Precisely
what is she gonna say? Fuck gay people? No.
This girl was saying
what the
from
fuck?
her own face. I just compiled it all.
She gotta say it, man. Say the word.
And apparently this fact alone makes me the human embodiment of Hitler.
And you can just tell that this bitch thought that she found ugly pictures of Millie Alcock to put in this dog shit thumbnail. Like,
I wouldn't say that. I don't. She didn't even, like, she only— Wait, did we watch the same video? I feel like we watched it and she didn't really, like, call her, like, fucking ugly. Am I misremembering? She criticized, like, one frame, I think, where she genuinely looked like she had, like, these wrinkles in her face and it looked very unflattering. These photos are bad. Yeah, this one's not bad. This one's weird because it's, like, a front angle, but, like... Who? What?
Like, no, honey.
The backhanded defense. Yeah, like, you're actually kind of throwing Alcock under the bus, bro.
Still serving. And mogging. Anyways, I'm seeing Supergirl on Wednesday because I'm not a pick-me or an alt-right grifting loser, so go see it this weekend.
Okay. Remember, chat, if you're not watching this movie, you're alt-right. You can't just not spend your money how you want to.
Editing Sydney from the future here. Someone had sent me this video after I finished filming, so I just want to say, if you are unironically using the word mogging and serving, you probably need to be institutionalized. Also, as a complete aside, this girl's hair reminds me of Lily Tino. And I can't unsee it. The comments on this video are so funny.
I completely forgot who that was.
Casting a trans woman to play Supergirl is very progressive and I support that.
She's not trans.
Looking forward to seeing her on the big screen. And then there's all these people responding saying Millie isn't trans. She's not trans. This one guy just writes question mark. Guys, you have to admit, progressives.
You fell for the bait. You clearly are getting trolled. That has to be a troll. It's obvious! Don't respond to the troll! That's what they want!
It's really
You got rage baited, yeah!
Keeps on giving. They are so unironically, unintentionally hilarious sometimes. As a biological woman, there's nothing worse than people assuming that you are a man doing cosplay. So, I'm sorry, Millie. Your fans are actually much meaner to you than I could possibly ever be.
Yeah.
For a bit of context,
I think that was a troll, to be fair.
Supergirl, which will be hitting cinemas on June 26, is probably going to do poorly, or at least middling, at the box office.
This was 2 weeks ago. This video's from 2 weeks ago. Oh boy, we got what, 38 million at the box office? Not too hot. Nope.
And I think it was going to go this way regardless because this film, as it stands, just doesn't seem to have a particularly clear audience, number one. And that means that I'm not super sure who this is for.
You think I'm rude?
But of course, and I guess secondly, it just doesn't help when the lead actress is doing some Rachel Zeglering and alienating fans.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Oh, I don't think she's nearly as bad. She didn't call them incels or like imply that they're incels for not showing up to the movie, or that the prince is like, she didn't say like, oh, Superman's disgusting or Superman's a misogynist. She just said, oh, it's not that type of movie. Like, she just said some dumb shit, but it wasn't that bad.
Which we know is never, ever a good idea. Especially not in this day and age where time after time movies have failed and studios, actors, actresses have hit out at viewers rather than looking internally to see what they did wrong. No, it's easier to just call everybody a racist. Like I said in my last video,
Nazi.
I think personally that Millie Alcock is particularly unlikable, but I don't think that that is such an odd position or an abnormal position to have. She's young, progressive, and annoying, and that doesn't exactly make people want to go out and watch a film, especially when she's saying that she hopes young girls will see this movie and understand that it's okay to be bad. And
I also think the whole interview with her saying that like it's punk rock and that Supergirl is punk rock, and I'm thinking to myself like, Supergirl is the farthest thing from punk rock, but okay.
And messy. This is exactly not the messaging that parents want, Hollywood.
I feel such kinship with Kara, and I just really want this film to be seen by as many young women, I think, specifically, as possible, because I think the message is like, to be good, you have to be a bit bad. Like, it's okay to be flawed. It's okay to be messy as long as your heart is in the right place.
She's a bad bitch with a heart of gold.
But apparently pointing this out makes me the worst sin of all, a pick-me bitch. There.
Criticizing makes you pick me.
Creative wording there, thank you. Let us see what other opinions this girl Shelby has. This account supports gay rights because literally, why do you care if a dude you don't even know has anal sex? Listen, I genuinely don't care if any of you—
I don't care what people do in the bedroom as long as it's in the fucking bedroom, bro.
Want to post cute photos of yourself at the beach in a bikini or in your man pickle pants, maybe. But calling me a pick-me when you are baiting men by posting half-naked photos
if you're posting, you want someone to look at your body. Like, what are we really talking about here? That's the whole point.
Yourself on the internet.
Yeah, like, let's be real.
Shelby.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Because I guess a Superman liking account.
I know her. Yeah, she's just constantly like orbiting Asmund and like calling everybody that agrees with him a right-wing grifter and like calling him ugly and he has no teeth. I'm not surprised that this bitch is trying to farm Sydney. She's an OF girl. Yeah, we need the shoe picture of like, you know, online prostitute's opinion just thrown in the trash. Is she a rage baiter? Yeah, I think she's just a rage bait farmer. It's just a given.
Posted my thumbnail and it got a bunch of interaction. Like, well done you. It brought a bunch of people out of the woodwork to respond to that original post. This person writes, the right-wing dipshit YouTubers have already started the hate campaigns against Millie and the movie when it hasn't even come out yet. In case any of you were wondering,
this is so funny to look at in hindsight because they're all like praying it to do really well, but it just did not.
Yes, this person posts fully naked photos of themselves on the internet. Didn't Shoe on Head have a bit recently about unsolicited opinions from internet prostitutes? I need to create my own bit about that. Anything else? Pick-me's can't get Rachel Zegler out of their head. Well, you know, it is a little bit challenging to forget Cocaine Mummy.
I don't know what she's doing here with her jaw. It was really disturbing.
She's fine, guys.
I do.
Why is she opening her mouth like that?
I just want to reiterate with this pick-me thing. I find it ironic. I mean, number one, because, you know, my audience is nearing almost 50% ladies. So I do want to be picked by the girly pops. I'm here for that. But seriously, when you're calling other women pick-me's and your entire lifestyle revolves around getting men to buy your sad nudes on the internet, I'm just saying. It is ironic,
a little bit
as
hypocritical
well, actually,
now,
because there is definitely one man on this planet who you don't want to have pick you regardless of your sex. And that would be your Mr. FBI man who is spying on you through your internet activity. But you can stop him thanks to Surfshark VPN, the sponsor of today's video. Did you change your Netflix password?
I freaking knew it. I knew it.
Sydney, every time you get on there, you watch the weirdest crap and it messes with my algorithm. Get off my account. But how am I supposed to watch my weird Australian shows if you won't let me access your account? I don't know.
Figure it out,
This
bitch.
is not my problem anymore. I have my own. Then get a VPN like Surfshark. Because it lets you bypass country restrictions and you can access geo-blocked content like Australian Netflix. And because Sydney,
why would you
I know
ever
how much
want
of
that?
an idiot you are online as it is, it also lets you browse privately so you aren't susceptible to scams, fraud, trackers, and ads. But I watch Netflix on my phone. Will it work on my phone? Yes, Sydney, you can use Surfshark on as many devices as you
God damn, look at that big gulp drink.
You want from the one subscription.
Holy shit.
They're good like that. But again, knowing you, Surfshark also has Surfshark Alert, which lets you know when your information is compromised online, and they even have this cool antivirus software, because I know you click random email links. Oh, and before you ask, because I can hear you thinking, Surfshark has hundreds of different servers and 24/7 customer service. Okay, so you can call them instead of me. Okay, fine, but I am going to develop a friendship with them, and then you will be sorry. Just as long as you don't use my Netflix account anymore, Sid. Do what you want. So if you too want to stay safe online and get access to all of the awesome things that Surfshark has to offer, then click the link in the description or go to surfshark.com/Sydney. And of course, don't forget to use code Sydney to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Massive thank you to Surfshark for being such a great supporter of this channel and also a great VPN for all of you. These kind of people, being me, always pick a new actress to target. Brie, Cynthia, Rachel, etc. And now they're doing it with Millie. It's just so tiring.
Yeah, it's almost like people have pattern recognition of people who are fucking nasty and fake. I don't think Millie's fake. I think she's just young and doesn't... She wants to appease people. Yeah, like, she's just being an actor, to be honest with you. Rachel Zegler was on a different level because she was just yapping and running her fucking mouth.
Of all the actresses in the world to choose from, this person goes with the trio from hell. This one I do have to say is my personal favorite because I think this person is calling me ugly or a troll or both, while other commenters are...
But that's how you know they didn't watch the video. I don't think Sydney the entire time called her fucking ugly. Like,
mad that I'm not defending Millie Alcock from people calling her ugly. Can you guys please pick a lane?
That's an opinion. Yeah, like, what are we talking about?
The fact that she no longer practices medicine is a blessing to your kind. You could not pay me to have her as my physician.
Huh? What? Wait.
Oh, shoot. Well, call me George Floyd because I cannot breathe. I will never get over people thinking I'm an actual doctor because...
She has a doctor. Retard thinks she's an unironic doctor. What? Wait, I gotta look this up. She's not a physician. She's never claimed that. Yeah, they don't know what a PhD is. This is how you know who, like, the people you're interacting with are fucking stupid.
As I put doctor in my Twitter name. It's too perfect. One of the things I find really funny here is people
Sydney
basically
Watson
saying super unkind things towards me, but also—
No, she's not a doctor. She does not have a PhD. She's just memeing? I have an honorary doctorate. So she's just memeing and people take it seriously. That's fucking so funny, dude.
Also admitting that they haven't even watched my video. Firstly, this guy called me a see you next Tuesday, which I will allow because I am Australian. But then he also answered someone else and said, correct, I did not watch Sydney's video. Responding to you as is enough of a waste of time. You probably watched a 10-second edit of the interview that removed context and shaping it to fit this narrative to get clicks.
That's crazy, Mr. Palestine Flag. That's almost like the same thing you did because you took fucking shit out of context out of her video and watched for 10 seconds and then said Sydney was saying this shit. Like, Sydney's main criticism wasn't even her saying that either. These people just didn't watch the video. They saw the thumbnail and they're frothing at the mouth. This happens to me too, by the way. It's quite funny.
Views from weirdo incels like yourself. Jokes aside, one of the things about the way that I make content is I show you guys the full clips of things. I read you the full context because I go into these videos very prepared to like the person who I am preparing to criticize. I want to be fair. I want to paint a fair image of what they've said. And again, like I've mentioned, you know, I often will look into somebody and just find that if they're a normal, reasonable, nice person, I'm not gonna make a video about them. So when you see these videos, it's because I've decided that someone sucks. Like I already said, Millie's interviews were played in their entirety, including the interviewer's questions so that you can hear what the interviewer said. And I also showed on screen the exact quote from whatever article I was referencing. But here they are again in case you missed them.
It's just Hollywood agenda. It was Pride Month and they were like asking these actors. Yeah, like, what is she going to say? She's not gonna go against them. What do you want them to do? Like, it's just funny to me that people are schizoing. They're like, it's out of context. There's no reason that you should be doing this.
I think
and plus she was blasted to BH.
Played a few characters that might have a potential queer through line.
She was ambushed? I don't think she was ambushed. I'm sure she expected it, but it's like, it's expected to get asked that at a fucking Hollywood fucking thing, and she probably openly talks about it too. I don't think they blindsided her in that sense.
Many queer friends. So honestly, I'm kind of honored. I'm honored that that's happening, but I think because she doesn't live inside the binary of what we think a woman should be, that is what makes her so special and so exciting and so new. And yeah, I kind of thought that as well. I was like, she'd do what she'd want to do in that regard anyway.
I don't get it.
Thank you.
I don't get how that's relevant to the movie whatsoever. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, she's saying that shit. What is queer about Supergirl, though? I've never seen anything about it implying that she's gay or queer. I don't understand that. Again, it just feels performative because there's, like, no relevance to it.
Discussion online about Kara's queerness in the
She fucked a horse once? Wait. Are you trolling? Wait, but fucking a horse doesn't make you gay. I actually don't know what to say, I'm not gonna lie. Did Supergirl date a horse? Comment. He gained powers and the ability to turn into a man when a comet was nearby. Supergirl dated his alter ego. But no. Hold on. But why? No, but why did you say that if... Okay, that's true. You're stating a fact, but like, what does that make you gay or queer? How does that make sense? What do you mean by that? It's a horse! And it's a dude horse!
Was that something that you explored when you were
like
preparing for
what?
the role?
It wasn't,
I'm
but
confused.
it's honor of Pride Month as I'm getting all these questions.
But she's a furry!
I don't know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all. If anything.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't really know, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's great.
She'd probably go both ways.
Criticizing YouTube content that you haven't actually watched is incredibly dumb, especially because so many people have tweeted at me asking why I am criticizing a movie that I haven't even seen yet, when I didn't.
You can see what's happening. You can see the trailer. You can have pattern recognition. Why is it a crime to, like, think that things are going to be bad?
Really talk about the movie outside of explaining what it is. I need smarter detractors. Holy shit. Friend of the channel, Endymion, actually made a good point about all of these clowns. He said the funny thing about people attacking Sydney over her Supergirl video is most of these people still won't go and support them.
And he's right. They didn't really, like, what, it was a 46 million on the opening weekend, which was beat out by Morbius, and it's barely getting to 100 mil now.
Movie either way. They just support things on Twitter. If you actually
Like,
want to
what?
show people up, go support the movie. Make it a hit. Get a sequel. If you don't, then stop being offended. You didn't care clearly enough then, did you? And that really, kids, is about the size of this. Those of us who see the writing on the wall with these kind of projects actually talk with our wallets. We don't go to see things that we don't want to support. Conversely, we make sure to turn up for things that we want to succeed, that we want to see grow and do well.
Yeah.
These fans, these people, just want to bash anyone who doesn't think exactly the same way as them, while simultaneously not even—
This is why Hollywood need PR training. If they fucked up before the movie's out, they can potentially bomb the movie. Excuse me. I genuinely don't think that her interview with the Pride Month shit was even a quarter or half as bad as Rachel. I think Rachel was like a cascading domino effect. I think, like, her was like a pebble. Like, yeah, it was a little bit cringe, it was performative, but, like, I kind of expect that from Hollywood, and it's dumb because it's, like, not relevant to the movie because nothing really happened and she's just saying things to say it. Rachel just was, like, fucking cunty. She was giga cunty.
Showing up to support the thing that they're aggressively—
I don't think it's the reason why the movie bombed. I think the movie just sucked overall. I think the writing was probably just fucking ass. And we watched the synopsis and it wasn't good.
defending. This was the exact same situation, the exact same thing that happened with The Acolyte. People were all too happy to defend it online, but didn't actually watch it and then cried when it was cancelled.
Yeah, and they piss and shit their pants and call everybody that didn't watch it an incel, and everybody who said that the power of one, the power of many was cringe. Nobody watched it and they pissed themselves and cried.
The reality about this movie is that it's probably going to fail, and it would have probably failed regardless of what Millie Alcock did or didn't say. She could have had her mouth tape shut this entire time, and it still would have gone the same way. All I was doing is pointing out that her comments remind me a lot of other women who have trash fans and sometimes even projects that they're working on, like Rachel Zegler. And the thing that's really quite—
Yeah, I've never understood why people trash things. Oh, I didn't watch Harry Potter. Like, there's a new Harry Potter that's coming out or something, right? They started filming, and directors unironically said that they've never watched Harry Potter or even, like, listened to the novels or read the novels. And does that make, like, someone have, like, faith and, like, them dragging it through the mud and being like, yeah, we're gonna have our own interpretation. Like, we didn't like this part. And I'm like, so then you're not making Harry Potter. Yeah, with Witcher. Yeah, like, people are starting to notice, like, when people say things, like, they kind of fucking mean it, huh?
Remarkable
it's
is
not
that
just them
it's
talking
not
out of their
hard
ass
to figure out how to answer these kind of questions, particularly those which relate to fan reception and fans in general, without being completely terrible. Like, for example, this interview with Henry Cavill from The Witcher in 2019. When asked about toxic fans, he actually said something quite similar to Millie's comment about people being disappointed when you don't act a certain way, but instead of how she framed it, here's how he handled that.
I'm curious if that's comparable to this sort of world, this culture of toxic fandom, where, like, if you make—
I also think Henry Cavill's way older and more experienced than her, so, like, again, maybe I'm too nice, maybe I am, but I would give her the benefit of the doubt that she's just young and silly and she was drunk and she just wants to appease people. Like, let's just watch this again. Sorry, it's
terrible to this sort of world, this culture of toxic fandom, where like if you make a movie, especially if you make a superhero movie, it does, like you have great intentions, but there are always going to be a small yet vocal group of people there can kind of just be toxic.
I understand what you're saying, but when it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have. And people are going to be upset because, especially when you're talking about books or games, because you're never going to be the exact person who they had in their head or who they played on Witcher 3, for example. I don't necessarily consider that toxic. I just consider that passionate. And it's something which I have obviously had to come to terms with over the years.
This is crazy, I know, but
I know. What a fucking answer, too, by the way. And you want to know why? He probably didn't even get PR trained for this shit because we know he played WoW and he loves Warhammer. He knows what it's like to be a fan and to be disappointed or being impressed by someone. Like, with someone's work, I mean. Like, you know, their art or, like, their animations and stuff.
People actually reacted really positively to this, or at least neutrally to this, because he's right, and he didn't attack the fan base. He didn't say negative things about the people who he wants to like what he's creating. He just answered the question in a very diplomatic way. Same goes for the House of the Dragon star and Millie's former co-actor, co-star, what are they called? Person on the show with her? Who answered similarly when he was asked about fan reactions.
It's all about the fans. You know, that's why we're here. That's why we go and work in Neeson for 8 months a year. It's, you know, it's never going to appeal to everyone. Everyone has their own opinion, particularly on George's work.
He's right.
But for me personally, it's their show. You know, we make it, we do all that work, and then we hand it over. And I hope it delivers on the scale that that we want it to for them. If it does, if it doesn't, who knows? Only time will tell. But absolutely, it's completely about the fans. It's their show.
And
he was really good in House of Dragon too. He's the doctor. Yeah, he's one of the really good actors. He was after David Tennant, wasn't he? People really liked him. He had big shoes to fill too, and people really liked him.
Give you a lady a few weeks ago, Emilia Clarke, our Queen of Dragons, even commented on criticism around Game of Thrones and other works that she's done recently, saying, Star Wars, they didn't like it. Terminator, that should never have happened. But these were jobs I already said yes to, you know what I mean? I entered into already existing franchises, so when they don't work out, it's not personal. She added that her emotional connection to a project ends when the picture wraps, and it isn't for her to decide what people think about it. And honestly, this is such a healthy way of thinking about the movies and shows that she makes. As a complete aside, Emilia Clarke really seems like the nicest person ever. I love watching her interviews because she just seems like such a joy of a human being.
She's very regal. Again, I really liked her in Game of Thrones and stuff, so like she's just very poised.
And we absolutely need more of that. Where are you, Emilia Clarke? Why aren't you in these movies? Anyway, trashing fans aside,
She's 39? Holy shit. She's a banger for 39. Holy fucking lord, man. Hope I look like that when I'm fucking 39. Good lord.
Supergirl teaser trailer from some months back opens with her dog peeing on a newspaper photo of Superman. In Supergirl's cameo in the 2025 Superman movie.
Here we go. No, it's makeup. It's makeup, you guys. Come on. You guys are coping. Yes, the actress that gets roasted in a role. Like, she's got no prettiness. It's just makeup. You got no whimsy.
She turns up drunk, insults Superman, calls him a bitch.
Thanks for watching him, bitch!
The first poster said, that's a good impression. Truth, justice, and whatever, which isn't exactly all that
Again, it's the girl bossing, and that's who they want to appeal to, but then the audience didn't come. That's why it's so funny looking back at this. Truth, justice, whatever. Girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight. They should have done that, actually. Honestly, I think if they went the full shebang, this would have been so much funnier. Yeah, like, oh my god.
Firing here, especially considering that they also cut from Superman's original motto, the, you know, American liking part, so that's not great. It's kind of weird, actually, because almost in this bizarre effort to extricate Supergirl from Superman, they spent a lot of time actually denigrating Superman in interviews and what have you, which, that's a choice.
Weird.
And again, I'm gonna wager a guess that this is probably not what a bunch of viewers warm to, or what they want. There's all of this in addition to painting Kara, Millie Alcock's character, as this edgy bad girl who does bad things and gets drunk and acts like a moron. Like I
Why do we equate to being drunk to being a badass? She's not American, so why would they keep that part? Neither is fucking Kent Clark! He's from outer space too! Like, it doesn't make any sense!
Said in my last video, we have enough of people like this. We have had role models like this for years and years and years and years. I think we're good. And generally speaking, I do think that there is a level of fatigue around characters who girl boss their way through all the bad guys and never actually display any level of human emotion.
I have nothing to prove to you.
And generally lack depth and range. And yeah.
Well, there has to be a reason for it, and they never do it other than, you know, fuck you, that's why. And again, that's Supergirl bad writing. Was it the director for Supergirl? Like, she never directed a movie before in her life? No. It wasn't the director. It was the writer. The main writer was the one that didn't fucking have any experience whatsoever. And you wonder why she's shallow and people make fun of her and be like, oh yeah, she's a girl boss. She gets drunk and then she saves her dog. Like, it just... Who the fuck does this shit?
I freely admit that because this movie isn't out yet, I can't definitively say how it will or won't be, but I think that we do have quite a bit of information to go off of already because of interviews and commentary and all this sort of thing that helps us round out a picture of what to expect. And, you know, there's also just general pattern recognition. Like I have said in the past about topics similar to this one, usually when we have female characters, they get shoved into one of two boxes. You've got these hardened, emotionally unregulated girl bosses, or you have the very, very sad damsel in distress. On that first point, there's nothing wrong with having any character who is flawed and has decidedly human elements and emotions and whatnot, but when their entire personality is those flaws, it is a hard watch. Supergirl already sounded like something that...
And, you know, the worst part is that she has flaws and there's no counteracting other than she's like a superhuman. Why doesn't she have, like, I don't know, reasoning or traits for actual non-physical things? Like, it's always, like, a question of how you do it. They're always, like, talking about how, like, oh, it's a reinterpretation. Oh, it's a character reinterpretation. Like, that's fine. But it's, like, how you do it. If the Supergirl movie was actually good, like, fun, exciting, good writing, there's motivations, it's good, it's well-paced, but it's, like, if it feels like it was made to, like, primarily, quote-unquote, like, own the chuds, or check certain boxes, like, people notice. It doesn't feel authentic, and then people just are like, this is kind of lame. Man, I don't want to watch it. It's just the same shit.
Wouldn't resonate with audiences before we even got to the weird LGBT queer comments. Before we even got to Millie Alcock preemptively hitting out at fans. And as an aside, the irony, at least in my opinion, about all of this, is that some of the criticism around Millie stems from comments that she made about her time on the show House of the Dragon, where she played the character young Rhaenyra. This is where she made comments about, you know, the ownership of women's bodies and blah blah blah, but, you know,
in a medieval fantasy where people are horrible to everybody, and men and women involved. But again, somehow you have to tie it back to, like, oh, women are oppressed, women's bodies, like, what? They cut someone's pee-pee off in Game of Thrones. They tortured him to the point where he couldn't talk anymore. Like, I don't think it's just the women. It's fucked. It's a horrible fucking medieval story in a sense.
I think what's important to know is that fans didn't have an issue with her. They had an issue with Emma Darcy, who plays the older version of the same character. People were fine with Millie's performance. They wished that there was more of her, not less. And honestly, I actually felt the same way. I quite liked her in House of the Dragon. I thought she was really good. But for whatever reason, she's absorbing the criticism of another woman and chalking a lot of that criticism up to misogyny when...
I think that's like a skill issue. I'm not gonna lie. Just don't... You have so much money. Like, let's be realistic. She's probably a millionaire, right? Like, you know, she was on House of Dragon. She got the role for Supergirl, and she's probably done movies before that. Why are you reading this shit? Like, I don't even read like half the negative comments. I'll read one. I'll be like, let's just... like, because you get into your own fucking head. Ego? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But the fact that you're taking another woman's criticism and like putting it on yourself, I feel like that's just so out there.
Darcy was also
what are we doing, man?
You know, she's a hard watch, and I don't find her, you know, particularly compelling as an actress. It also doesn't help that everyone and their brother is burned out on all sorts of people identifying as trans or non-binary, as Emma Darcy purports to be. This is a person who thinks that they are neither a man nor a woman. So, Remember, Emma Darcy did an interview and said, "I really like playing women, and I'm really good at it. I have all the tools necessary to play women. I lived as one for a long time. People still think I am one." The jokes they just write themselves. And you wonder why everybody boycotts everything and why all of us are extremely critical of these Hollywood insane people. Anyway, Millie Alcock's comments around this situation have obviously not helped it. But I do think that this movie was sort of dead in the water from day one, as so many other people have pointed out, and I think that's for a multitude of reasons. Now, obviously, I could be wrong, and it could smash expectations when it comes out, but I don't think that that's very likely. But seeing all of these insane people rushing to the defense of Millie and this movie that, just by the way, they all...
I didn't even know this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused.
So haven't seen. And attacking anybody who voices concerns over her behavior is legitimately like living Groundhog Day. And they simply cannot conceive of the fact that we all are expressing these opinions because we actually feel this way. We're not doing it for internet attention or clout or anything like that. This is genuinely at least what I think and what a bunch of you seem to think as well.
Yeah.
So progressives, if you want this movie to do well, go and see it. But when it doesn't, because even you don't like it, don't cry and attack the rest of us for pointing out its weaknesses early on. Anyway, it's been so long since we've had an I Hate Sydney video where a bunch of people have attacked me en masse. It's been so long, I kind of missed it. But I do hope that you guys got a kick out of this and had a laugh. Just, these people are honestly so unhinged. And I've definitely
I wonder where these people are now that it's only made 100 mil. I do have to wonder that.
Field day on Twitter today, but pray for my inbox going forward because they've already started spamming it, which is always a fun time. And outside of that, in the end, if something else fun and interesting happens, I will let you all know, and maybe even we'll touch base again about this movie and this topic and this person once this movie has been released and we know what it's all about. Now on
not good. And again, I do think like the overall take is like, stop making the promo tour about scoring points with the loudest online minority, the most chronically online people. Just sell the movie. If the movie's bad, then like, it is what it is. Like, it's like when you put out a shitty burger on the restaurant. People are just not gonna show up and eat it or buy it. They'll tell other people not to spend their money. Because let's be fucking real. We do not have the type of money to, like, go to a movie nowadays and be like, oh, that was shit, and then, like, basically be okay with it. It's fucking $20 for a ticket now.
That note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Surfshark using the link in the description. If you do not have a VPN or you're looking to swap to a better one, absolutely check them out. They are very cool. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Did you have a laugh? Did these people make you laugh? They made me laugh. They always make me laugh. Do you think that their responses are kind of unhinged? Or do you think that there's a degree of fairness in what they are saying?
No, because they don't watch the video. They don't actually take apart what you're saying. Again, there's people who disagree with Sydney all the fucking time, and they actually watch it, and they will write a comment, sure. But the people on Twitter just don't fucking do that. They look at the thumbnail and they shit their pants.
Maybe not towards me, but towards this situation in general. Do you think that there is any argument to be made that people are being unfair towards Millie Alcock? Do you think that, no, her comments were crappy and she deserves the blowback that she's getting? Do you agree that this movie was kind of dead in the water from day one?
Yeah.
And no one really wants a
sucked.
film like this? It's not really geared towards any specific audience, which probably will have it be floundering. Are you going to go see it? Are you a fan? You're looking forward to it? And what you generally make of this issue overall. As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here, you're not subscribed already, and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Like I always say, my wonderful little chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will see your beautiful little faces in the next video.
I don't know, man. It's funny. It's so funny to see this like 2 weeks from now. Like, the movie's been out, right? It came out right after she made this video, probably like a couple of days. Yeah, it's made 100 mil. People didn't show up, and even Hollywood, the journos, are criticizing it. Yep.
Fire, fire, fire.